Hi there, friends. How are you guys doing today? I'm back again with another video to go on my 430 to Fit blog. That's because I'm going from 430 pounds and I'm hoping to be fit when I'm all done. You know, I passed a milestone last week. As of last week, I had lost 200 pounds since my peak weight. Now, my peak weight was 430. So I'm now down at 230 right now. It fluctuates, you know, say a pound either way, 231 down to 229 or so. But we'll just say 230. That's what was on the scale when I declared that I had hit the milestone, and that's what it'll be. I'm just going to keep going down anyway, so why not? So anyway, you know, I want to explain that a little bit. I used to be 430 pounds, and then it was back from about, say, 2005 to 2009, sometime in that time frame, I lost about 100 pounds. The way that I did that was through a lot of extra exercise, mostly swimming and walking, and also I did cut back on my diet some. But you know, I got down about 100, and then it fluctuated back and forth. It never got up much over 330 again. Say it was between about, say 310 to 330. It would vary in there. So then I just did not lose any more weight until about, say, a year and a half ago. I started losing a little bit. And so I've been in the, you know, 320, 330 mark, sometimes a little bit less than that, for the last couple of years. Then I started doing a ketogenic diet about a year and a half ago. And I was losing weight, everything was going good, but then I had a heart attack. And my doctor found out, I told him I was doing this ketogenic diet. He was quite upset about it. And he convinced me that because of my heart attack, I had to go back and start eating carbs again. And this pretty much upset me, but what could I say? I had just had a heart attack. And he blamed my heart attack on the keto diet. So I went back on the carbs. I was doing about 60 grams a day of carbs when I went back. I was still limiting it, but quite a bit more than doing like a keto diet. Okay, so then a few months later, I started having a little more chest pain and that sort of thing, and I ended up having to have a quadruple heart bypass last November. In December, I told my wife that I wanted to go back to doing keto again, and I told her I thought there were a lot of benefits, and I really did not believe that the keto diet had caused my heart attack. Well, she thought about it for a little bit, then she agreed with me. I didn't want to just go on that kind of diet again on my own. I wanted to have her on my team, and she decided she wanted to be on my team, and it worked well. In December and into January, I was doing a very strict keto diet, and I was losing weight. Then I found out about fasting, and I started doing fasting, and it's really just been snowballing from there. This year, I've lost about 100 pounds, and I'm feeling great. Okay, so I do a lot of fasting. I usually do like 6 days a week of fasting. Sometimes I do 10-day fasts or even longer. But generally, I do 6 days a week, and then I eat 1 or 2 meals on my 7th day. Okay, so recently, I saw a thing on the internet. People in a lot of like ketogenic groups, especially groups on Facebook, they were talking about this beef and butter experiment. So I did a little bit of searching, and I found a website of, I don't know if this was the lady that originated this thing or what. I don't have her link here, but I read the article, and she had gone to some kind of a conference about health. And she saw like doctors there, athletes, people doing bodybuilding, and she was noticing that they were all eating a lot of meat and a lot of fat, and not much in the way of vegetables. She said that for her, vegetables had been very important in her diet, But after thinking about it, she decided to eat what these people were showing her that they ate. And she decided to go, she had been stalled out on her weight. She had hit a plateau and stalled, and she decided that she was going to eat ground beef with butter. And that was all she was going to eat twice a day for, I believe it was 4 days. And you know what? She broke the stall. She went right through where she had been, and she was losing like a pound and a half every day. This sounds pretty appealing to me, so I got thinking. I said, you know, I might just give this a try. When I do eat, I had been basing the vast majority of my my food in terms of quantity on vegetables. I was eating a lot of salads. I was still getting my fat macros and my protein because I was eating, I was putting on a very good amount of olive oil based dressing on my salad, and I was putting grilled chicken in my salad. So the macros worked out, but my diet was really a lot of vegetables. And although my weight loss has been good and I'm not stalled out, I decided yesterday I was going to try this beef and butter experiment. So last night, it was getting late. My wife's away right now, so my daughter's doing the cooking in our house, my daughter and one of my nieces. But we didn't have any ground meat. So I decided to go out with my son and take a walk, and we walked to the grocery store. It's about a mile away, and walked home. I bought some ground beef with a high fat content. It was 80% lean and 20% fat. And I bought some ground pork, which is, of course, a high fat content. What I did is I decided to combine these two to really increase the amount of fat. And then, so basically what you do is you cook these like as a loose ground meat, not like patties or anything like that. Kind of like if you were making some spaghetti or something, the way you would cook the meat, it's just loose. So my daughter cooked for me the ground meat, the pork, and the beef combined. I had about 3.5 ounces of each, so it's about 7 ounces, a little less than a half pound of meat. Although by the time it cooks down and that fat cooks down, you know, the lean content is a lot less. However, the suggestion on the blog was that you should keep the fat, not drain it. And you eat the fat with the beef and the pork, or it doesn't suggest pork, but that's what I did. Plus, you put 1 tablespoon of butter in with this beef, which is what I did. Now, on the comments on this blog, everybody I saw was saying that they were losing 1 to 1.5 pounds a day. Now, this was last night that I did it. It was the only thing I ate yesterday. I was fasting, of course. I decided to break my fast and eat this beef, pork, and butter for me. So I'm not going to tell you what the results were. I'm going to wait a few days and see how things go, because there's a difference for me. These other people were doing a keto diet and then went for the meat and butter. I had been fasting and then went for the meat and butter. So we're going to see what the difference is. I'm going to do videos the next few days talking about results. On tomorrow's video, I'll tell you what my results were when I stepped on the scale this morning. It was a little surprising to me, and I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to be interested to see how this continues to work out. I do enjoy fasting. There are benefits to fasting rather than doing the meat and butter experiment. For instance, autophagy. Autophagy is the process where your body eliminates unhealthy cells, and things like loose skin can be eliminated through autophagy. Now, if you're doing this beef and butter thing, you're not going to have autophagy. You're not going to be fasting long enough without food for autophagy to kick in. So I know that I won't be experiencing autophagy in this period while I'm doing this experiment. That's okay. I like experimenting with things and mixing things up. And this is interesting for me. and I do fast a lot, week in and week out. I fast. Generally in 1 month, I'll eat anywhere from 4 to 6 meals. That's about it in a month. So, I'm not worried too much about losing out on the autophagy for a short period of time. So anyway, I'm going to be back again tomorrow with another video and let you know how my beef, pork, and butter experiment is going. I hope it's going to be going well, I'll tell you that. All right, folks, I'll see you again tomorrow. Everybody have a great day.